This was supposed to be a long, winding process, but the absence of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's challenges at the primary made it quicker. 1,225 delegates elected from the 245 wards in Lagos were expected, but only 1,198 were accredited and allowed to sit in the stands of the Onikon Stadium. For APC stalwarts, retaining the seat of government in Lagos is important to the national structure.
Lagos is indeed very important to APC because we are looking at it that most likely, or rather, maybe the president of 2023 will come from Lagos State.
It is the orderliness and the way and manner we have been conducting the affairs of the governors that endear the people of Lagos State to this our party.
Contrary to reports that the committee had barred the other two aspirants from attending the primary, the chairman of the committee says they were not cleared by the screening and appeal committees in Abuja.
We have 3 aspirants that had purchased form in Abuja. 3 appeared for screening, 2 were disqualified, 1 was cleared, and that is the instruction we come with from the party headquarters.
Although the rains slightly disrupted the process, the delegates still went ahead to vote for their preferred candidate. After sorting and counting, Governor Sanwo-Olu was declared the flag bearer of the APC.
An affirmation that you want us to continue, at least on our party level. And that assurance will take you to the general polls and will ensure that we do not disappoint you.
Counting down to the presidential primaries by political parties ahead of the 2023 presidential election, aspirants across party lines are making last move to win the support of those whose duty is to determine the candidates. Contestants for other positions like governorship, Senate and House of Representatives are not relenting either. In Imo State, the latest visitor at the All Progressives Congress is Jack Rich, who consulted with Imo and Abia delegates.
The point is that we need to increase productivity, so that we can balance the economy. Economic liberalization is important. Build strong, private sector-driven economy, and then you are able to give confidence to foreign investors to come in, so that they can also invest and create jobs. And then technological collaboration, that's what we need. The traditional model of industrial growth is no longer bankable. It's no longer the way out. So we'll be applying technology, we're applying a lot of foreign collaboration and taking advantage of our strong indigenous resources.
Former Imo State Governor was also at the APC Secretariat to intimate the leadership of the party of his preparations to represent Imo North at the Senate.
It takes strength to bend an arrow, to bend a bow, but it takes strategy to know how and to release the arrow. What we have come here today is to tell him to release the arrow so that we can go and win the election for the party and support the wonder governor of Imo State, who is doing extraordinarily well in the area of security, in the area of infrastructure, in the area of health and environment.
In a notice of appeal before the Supreme Court, President Muhammadu Buhari and the AGF want to know if Section 84 subsection 12 of the Electoral Act does not amount to imposing additional grounds of qualification and disqualification for aspirants in contradiction to what is provided for in the Constitution. The appellants are also challenging the legislative power of the National Assembly to enact the contentious section without a prior amendment to the constitutional provisions on qualification. At the last adjourned date, the Supreme Court joined the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly and the State Attorney General as parties in the suit. Today, the Supreme Court joined the Nigerian Bar Association as amicus curiae to enrich the court on whether to take a particular decision. Arguing for and against the provisions of Section 84 subsection 12, counsel to Mr. President says additional qualifications were imposed by this section on political appointees as against the Constitution. He argued that Section 84 subsection 3 of the Electoral Act has already given assurance to aspirants. Section 84 subsection 12 cannot take away that assurance already given. Counsel to the National Assembly on his part submitted that Mr. President has no legal right to invoke the jurisdiction of the apex courts. He says the suit brought by the president amounts to the president suing himself. The suit ought to have been brought in the name of the Federation, or the political appointees who are affected should file the suit, which then would be at the Federal High Court and not the Supreme Court. He prayed the court to dismiss the suit. While counsel to Rivers State also prayed the court to dismiss the suit, he gave ground that the Apex Court lacked jurisdiction.